All right, this is Douglas here from Inside BlackBerry at BlackBerry World 2011. I'm with fellow Inside BlackBerry blogger Mike Kirkup and the Director of Developer Relations. Now, earlier today at the General Session keynote, Mike gave a really great demo of some cool things with the BBM social platform. So Mike, exactly for people who didn't see it, what did you demo today?
So we demonstrated 3 different applications. So we had the Foursquare application on BBM, and we're actually going to have a demonstration of that shortly. We also did Kobo and some of their interaction with being able to actually see what books that people are reading in your list and actually talk to them about that. And then we actually demonstrated the Wikitude product from that company with using augmented reality, and then an even kind of special surprise showcasing how they can leverage BBM with that. So you literally can pan around and see your BBM friends. It was absolutely astounding. The audience was excited. It was really cool.
I don't think anyone was really expecting it to go to that level of demonstration, so it was really exciting to see. And I know we've been talking about the BBM social platform for a while, so in terms of actually being able to deliver some like real life use cases, I know we actually demoed the Score mobile app earlier this week. How important do you think that is to let people see all the very specific ways and very simple ways, but very powerful ways that you can kind of connect with BBM? Oh,
it's absolutely critical. I mean, the partners and our developers are going to be a big part of evangelizing and talking about why the BBM platform is so important. The other side, and I think as equally important, is just to really get the creative juices flowing. I mean, you see what Score Mobile does, you see what Foursquare does. It's similar APIs, right? The framework is still the same for the BBM social platform, but what they've done is just so unique to their apps and so compelling that it creates a completely different thought process around what do I do with my app? How can I change it? How can I augment that with BBM? And I actually said in one of my sessions today, I said, you're going to be hard pressed, any developer will be very hard pressed to come to me and convince me that they don't have a use case for integrating BBM social into their applications.
And it seems like it's almost the extension of like the super app stickiness, really. Just taking that to another different
Absolutely.
realm.
Well, we've had the concept of social in as one of the core tenets of the super apps concept for a while, and so this is just really delivering on that promise.
All right, so now let's give you an example of what we're talking about. We're going to cut here and then go to our fine friends at Foursquare, and we're going to check out Foursquare and the BBM social platform.
Hi, I'm Pete, and this is Jeff from Foursquare. We're here to show you a little bit about what we did to integrate BBM into Foursquare on the BlackBerry. Okay, so we're just going to show you a few new features in the Foursquare app using BBM. So right now, since we're at BlackBerry World, I'm going to check in. And right now, it's just going to complete. You know, we've got you here at BlackBerry World. Now on close, new option here is confirm BBM profile update. So now I can let my friends know on BBM, even if they don't have Foursquare, that I'm here and maybe they should stop by and hang out. But let's say there's in particular one person like Jeff. I want to let him know that I'm here. You can specifically share it with him and start a conversation. And as you can see here, that he gets a message from Mike. And maybe he'll let me know that he's going to stop by.
Cool. We'll meet up.
And shortly I'll get a message saying that we should meet up. Another great feature that I'm going to show is, and this is really unique to BBM, the ability to share aspects of your application within your BBM profile. So I'm going to go to my profile here. And one thing about Foursquare, you can earn badges. It's sort of like unlocking rewards. And maybe there's a few badges that I really want to let people know. So the Jet Setter badge, if I'm checking into a lot of airports or traveling a lot, I'm going to hold down, share badge. And now that's added to my profile, and Jeff will show you what that looks like. So here, anyone, even if they don't have Foursquare installed, they can see a little bit about Foursquare and what I'm doing. And so if you clicked on that, if Jeff does not have Foursquare installed, it'll ask them whether they want to install it. And if it is installed, it'll just send them straight to Foursquare so we can find out more about the badge. And that's about it. It's overall, it took us about 2 or 3 days to develop, and we added a whole bunch of functionality that we can't get on anything else.
Hi, Mike Kirkup back here, and I've got Pete back with me as well. And Pete, we want to just maybe catch up a little bit more about some of the discussions we had today. For those that weren't aware, we actually had a panel today where we talked a little bit about concepts like the BBM social platform and super apps. And one of the things that really struck me when you were talking today was how when you guys were thinking about the difference between tablets and smartphones and how you evolve your product, how a lot of the capabilities of Foursquare today really kind of relied on what the BlackBerry user experience really intended to be. Maybe kind of outline a little bit more what you were thinking in terms of when you built it originally and how you evolved it.
Yeah, so personally what we think is that BlackBerry user they're really ingrained with their network, either through a corporate network or friends or family and everything. And that was already seen initially in the BlackBerry device with BBM, very tight email integration and everything. So when we first built Foursquare, it is about checking in and telling your friends where you are and what's going on, but also how do you share that information outside of Foursquare users? And so as a BlackBerry developer, one of the first things I did was, click to copy venue, click to copy, your check-in, and, a dialog comes up, do you want to send it via text or email? And that was prior to the great BBM integration that's going on.
Right.
But it was something that really spoke to the way that you talk to people across BlackBerry in terms of quickly sending that text message or sending that email.
And now you had an interesting stat today about BlackBerry users and Foursquare today. Maybe just share that with our users as well.
Yeah, on our last time we really looked at the numbers, about 30% of all users are BlackBerry users, and so it's a really big part of the market and a really valuable part of the market, and a lot of decisions that we make are around how will people on BlackBerry respond to this.
Right. And so obviously you've had quite a couple of years now of building on the BlackBerry platform, and how are you finding things? Is it moving in the right direction for you? It's easy to build apps and continue to evolve what you've got now?
Yeah, I almost wish that all the great tools that are out now were out there a couple years ago, but that's what happens. It's amazing how quickly you can develop now. What the Clips plugin and so on really gets set up with the emulator and all that stuff. Also the other thing that we're looking towards is all the options that are available on the playbook.
Right.
So looking towards that, should we work on something similar to WebWorks or look at Adobe Flash or build something native? And the great thing is that it seems like a lot of options are available to us, so we can just pick a technology that seems to work for us internally, and Playbook's going to support it.
Yeah, I don't think I could have said it any better myself. I mean, the whole point behind the platform is really to give developers choice, and you really exemplified that perfectly. Thanks very much for your time today, Pete. Appreciate it.